Hello students, I welcome you in the IITLS Academy. Today our topic of discussion is water pollution management. When we discuss about water, we actually discuss about drinking water. There is a lot of water in this earth, the form of sea and another form, but that water is not a drinking water. So how we can manage this water better condition? These are some pictures. The slum areas of big cities that the communities are fighting to get more and more drinking water. This is the highly polluted water of a river and water body. We are using our rivers and water bodies like a dustbin. This is our culture. This is a graphical studies of a map that more than 100 million people live in areas of poor water quality. %54 of India's groundwater wells are decreasing. We see our city, there is no working well in the area, and there is not a ponds which are now in the vital condition. When we scientifically know about this water pollution, so physical, chemical and biological change in the water quality is known as the water pollution. There are many sources of water pollution. They are point and non-point pollutant. Point refers to the pollutants that belong to a single source. An example of this would be emission from factories into water. The factories without permission emit their waste in the water bodies. They also release warm water in the rivers, which affect river flora and fauna. Non-point, on the other hand, means pollutants emitted from multiple sources. Contaminated water after rains that have traveled through several regions may also be considered as a non-point source of pollution. Now we will discuss various causes of water pollution one by one. The first case is the industrial waste. Industries produce a huge amount of waste which contain toxic chemicals and pollutants which can cause air pollution also and damage to us and our environment. They contain pollutants such as lead, mercury, sulfur, asbestos, nitrates and many other harmful chemicals. Many scientific laboratories also use heavy metals and they release it in their water bodies. Many industries do not have a proper waste management system and drain the waste into fresh water which goes into river, canals and later into the sea. The toxic chemicals have the capability to change the color of water, increase the number of minerals, also known as eutrophication, change the temperature of water and pose a serious hazard to water organisms. When we know that eutrophication, in which nitrates and phosphate of industries increase the fertility of water and cause the water bloom or algal bloom, which are responsible for the death of a lake or water body. The next topic is the sewage and wastewater. The sewage and wastewater that is produced by each household is chemically treated and released into the sea with fresh water. The sewage water carries harmful bacteria and chemicals that can cause serious health problems. Pathogens are known as a common water pollutant. The sewers of cities house several pathogens and thereby disease. Microorganisms in water are known to be cause of some very deadly diseases and become the breeding ground for the other creatures that act as carriers. These carriers inflict these diseases via various forms of contact onto individual. A very common example of this process would be malaria. The stagnant water contain larvae of mosquito. Next, the mining activities. Mining is the process of crushing the rock and extracting coal and other minerals from underground. These elements, when extracted in the raw form, contains harmful chemicals and can increase the number of toxic elements when mixed up with water, which may result in health problems. Mining activities emit a large number of metal waste and sulfides from the rocks, which is harmful to the water. Marine dumping. The garbage produced by each household in the form of paper, aluminium, rubber, glass, plastic, food is collected and deposited into the sea in some countries. These items take 2 weeks to 200 years to decompose. When such items enter the sea, they not only cause water pollution but also harm animals in the sea. Next point is the accidental oil leakage. Oil spill poses a huge concern as a large amount of oil enters into sea and does not dissolve with water, thereby opens problem for local marine wildlife such as fish, birds and sea otters. For example, a ship carrying a large quantity of oil may spill oil if met with an accident and can cause varying damage to species in the ocean depending on the quantity of oil spill, size of the ocean, the toxicity of pollutant. The burning of fossil fuels. Fossil fuel like coal and oil when burned produces substantial amount of ash in the atmosphere. The particles which contain toxic chemical when mixed with water vapor result in the acid rain. Chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Chemical fertilizers and pesticides are used by farmers to protect crop from insects and bacteria. They are useful for the plant's growth. However, when these chemicals are mixed up with water, produce harmful for plants and animals. Also, when it rains, the chemicals mix up with rainwater and flow down into rivers and canals, which pose serious damage to aquatic animals. Leakage from sewer lines is the next topic. A small leakage from the sewer lines can contaminate the underground water and make it unfit for the people to drink. Also, when not repaired on time, the leakage water can come onto the surface and become a breeding ground for insects and mosquitoes. Global warming. An increase in Earth's temperature due to the greenhouse effect results in global warming. It increases the water temperature and results in the death of aquatic animal and marine species, which later results in the water pollution. Very interesting topic is the radioactive waste. Nuclear energy is produced using nuclear fission or fusion. The element that is used in the production of nuclear energy is uranium, which is a highly toxic chemical. The nuclear waste that is produced by radioactive material needs to be disposed in to prevent any nuclear accident. Nuclear waste can have serious environmental hazard if not disposed of properly. Few major accidents have already taken place in Russia and Japan. Leakage from other countries also reported. Urban development. As the population has grown, so has the demand for housing, food and clothes. As more cities and towns are developed, they have resulted in increasing use of fertilizers to produce more food, soil erosion due to deforestation. Increase in construction activities, inadequate sewer collection and treatment, landfills as more garbage is produced, increase in chemicals from industries to produce more materials. Leakage from landfills. Landfills are nothing but a huge pile of garbage that produce the awful smell and can be seen across the city. When it rains, the landfills may leak and the leaking landfills can pollute the underground water with a large variety of contaminants. In large cities and even in the middle cities, your house is constructed on a pile of garbage, and also the that contain its most of the polythene bags. You can see it in the around your city. Animal waste. The waste produced by animals is washed away into the rivers when it rains. It gets mixed up with other harmful chemicals and causes various waterborne diseases like cholera, diarrhea, jaundice, dysentery, and typhoid. At the last, underground storage leakage. Transportation of coal and other petroleum products through underground pipes is well known. Accidental leakage may happen anytime and may cause damage to the environment and result in soil erosion. So these were the various causes of water pollution. These are some images. These may be of your city and other cities of your countries. The last diagram figure is related to the polythene bags in the seawater. There is a new problem reported in 2017. Plastic fibers in the tap water. Have you imagined that the tap water you are drinking should contain plastic fibers? No, that should not, but contain many minute nanoparticles, nanofibers of plastic are present in your drinking water. You cannot see them easily. It is a challenging problem for future. These are some diseases, and reason behind that is nothing else, only the polluted water. Diarrhea, vomiting, typhoid, diphtheria, hepatitis, kidney damage, nerve disorders, skin lesions, all are spread through contaminated water. This is the increasing population of waterborne disease claiming lives. You can see that of cholera, right, typhoid, and also the viral hepatitis. According to a report, more than 1,000 pupils die every year due to waterborne diseases. Recently, you have noticed this in the newspaper. Chennai, a city without drinking water. There is no groundwater in the Chennai. At a lake. Now, what we can do for it? We always discuss about problem, but never do anything to manage this problem. First of all, do not dump in or around rivers. Dumping is one of the leading cause of water pollution. Actually, we not see and we are not aware about it or ignore it that our sewage from our house at the last goes in the river. And the river working as a dustbin for us. Every type of pollutant we at the end leak into the river, we emit into the river, we throw in the river. This become our habit. Clean and maintain septic systems properly. Septic tanks leak and human waste become exposed to groundwater. This is the major task for us. There should not be leakage in the groundwater, not of the any waste and heavy metal. Follow all water laws and regulations. These laws are in place for a reason. Breaking them puts the water at risk. We never should play with laws and regulations. Yeah, nobody is seeing us during breaking a law and regulation, but at the last, this will harm us. Dispose of chemicals properly. Never pour these substances in your storm drain since they all enter the water supply. We also use very heavy metals in our laboratories and we dispose of it in our sink. But finally they goes into our water bodies and that water finally, there is a many concept of biomagnification, bioaccumulation, and they finally damage our health. Never pour cooking fats and oil down the sink. They clog up the sinks and spread illness in the water. Clean up your yard properly. Organize a cleanup day and get people involved. Educate. Work to educate your friends and family about water pollution. Then you should spread good things. You should spread tasks about management of water. You should educate your children, your family, your friends that how they can manage water pollution. Thank you. So I hope that we will make a society which will be curious about water pollution, know, and they will work for water management, and all of us will work as a water barrier in future life and will make our children, our friends, water barrier. So this earth is yours, this water is yours, it is your choice how much water you need. So use according to your need. Never waste your water. Thank you.